প্ৰথমটো ভিডিঅ'ত আমি দেখিলো যে কোৱালিটেটিভ কোৱান্টিটেটিভ এই দুটা বেলেগ বেলেগ ধৰণে ব্যৱহাৰ কৰিব পাৰে and they were used as per needs and qualitative or selective methods are used in particular areas or for particular banks. It may be a single bank or it may be a single sector, say private sector or public sector or foreign banks, or in some areas or lending or borrowing, different areas of activities of banks. But quantitative methods, they are used for all, so they are applicable in all areas. That's why the effect of such control goes to the economy as a whole. এতিয়া bank rate বা বেলেগ বেলেগ মেথড কেইটাৰ আমি যিকেইটা বেলেগ বেলেগ ভাগ আছে সেই ভাগবিলাকলৈ আহিছো bank rateৰ বিষয়ে বহুত দীঘলীয়াকৈ আছে, but it's not possible to memorize all the things and these are also not necessary for your class. So একেবাৰে কমকৈ মনত ৰাখিবলৈ আমি এইখিনি বনাইছো. What is the definition of bank rate? It is the rate of interest at which the central bank gives loan to commercial banks. It is also known as discount rate. এইখিনিতে bank rate আৰু repo rate এই দুটাৰ পাৰ্থক্য কেতিয়াবা চমুকৈ জানিবলৈ হলে bank rate is applicable for a long period, long run, and repo rate the same thing, almost the same thing. This is for short period. কেতিয়াবা reverse repo rate কথা আহে. Repo rate যেতিয়া bank central bank commercial banks বিলাকক loan দিব, and the reverse is when the central bank borrows from the commercial banks. কেতিয়াবা commercial bankৰ পৰাও ঋণ লয়. ঋণ লোৱাৰ অৰ্থ just to control it, যে এনেকুৱা নহয় যে ৰিজাৰ্ভ বেংকৰ পইচা নাই সেই কাৰণে কমাৰ্চিয়েল বেংকছ বিলাকৰ পৰা লোন ল'ব. No, there is special purpose just to manage those banks, control those banks, control their credit creating capacity. The bank does so. এতিয়া চোৱা bank rateৰ the central bank may increase or may decrease. When it decreases, what is the purpose? It decreases to increase credit supply. This is called cheap monetary policy. You may ask question, what is cheap monetary policy? So cheap monetary policy hol ki je the central bank decreases the bank rate at which the central bank gives loan to the commercial bank. The purpose is to increase the credit supply in the economy when it is in need. এইটো কৰাৰ ফলত কি হয়? It decreases the cost of credit and means it decreases the interest rate. এই গোটেইখিনি কৰাৰ ফলত কি হয়? Monetary supply to increase হয়. তো কেতিয়াবা ইকোনমিখনত monetary supply বেছি দৰকাৰ হয়, money supplyৰ দৰকাৰ হৈ পৰে বেছি to boost the economic activities in the economy when the economy is in downturn or in some specific situation. Then this kind of needs arise, and sometimes it may increase the bank rate to control the economy. Increase in bank rate, it increases cost of credit, means increases the interest rate. When the central bank increases the bank rate, it calls the dear money policy. So the simple difference between cheap monetary policy and dear monetary policy. Remember, when the bank rate decreases, it is called cheap monetary policy. When bank rate increases, it is called dear monetary policy. And they work in opposite way. Other one is open market operation, another tool of quantitative method. Open market operation is buying and selling of bonds, government securities by the central bank. And we discussed about bonds, securities, etc. in our class. So you know them, and you can see the definition in your book. What is bond? What is securities? These are bought and sold in the open market openly, and governments sometimes buys it and government sometimes sells it. And central bank is responsible for buying and selling of bonds and securities on behalf of the government. So when government decides to sell or buy bonds, securities in the open market on behalf of the government, the central bank has to work it. So in here also, it may reduce or it may increase. Sorry. One is expansionary monetary policy, other one is known as contractionary monetary policy. When expansionary monetary policy is followed by the central bank, it works in this way. When it is done to increase money supply, to government purchases securities, bonds, etc. through open market operation. So when the central government buys securities, bonds through open market, the motto is, the purpose is, the objective is to increase monetary supply. That is why it is known as expansionary. It expands the monetary supply in the economy to boost the economic activities. So it stimulates economic activities. If there is less monetary supply, then there will be contraction of all economic activities. চৰকাৰে যদি খৰচ কমাই দিয়ে, চৰকাৰে যদি মানুহৰ হাতত পইচা নিদিয়ে, বেংকবিলাকক বেছি ক্ৰেডিট ক্ৰিয়েট কৰিবলৈ নিদিয়ে, তেতিয়াহ'লে বেংকে বেছি লোন দিব নোৱাৰিব, মানুহে ইণ্ডাষ্ট্ৰি কৰিব নোৱাৰিব, সাপ্লাই দিব নোৱাৰিব, কাম কৰিব নোৱাৰিব. So there will be less economic activities, and this happens in contractionary monetary policy. The motto is to reduce money supply. Then what the government does, government decides to sell bonds and securities in the open market, and on behalf of the government, the Reserve Bank in India or other central bank in other countries, they have to sell the bonds and securities in the open market. Then it leads to slowdown of economic activities. ইয়াৰ ফলত কি হয় যে গোটেইখিনি বেংকৰ হাতলৈ গুচি আহিলে. So the other banks, commercial banks, their activities become slowed down, and it leads to slowdown of economic activities in all spheres of the economy. So next is the cash reserve requirement. So each and every commercial bank, they have to keep a cash reserve with them and with the central bank. তেওঁলোকে কি কৰিব লাগে, বেংকবিলাকে নিজেও ৰাখিব লাগে কিছু cash লগত, আৰু central bankৰ লগতো ৰাখিব লাগে. Banks create credit on the basis of this reserve. So what will be the amount of credit that are allowed to be created by commercial bank? It depends on the cash reserve. কিমানখিনি liquid আছে, তেওঁলোকৰ liquidity আছে, সেইটোৰ ওপৰত ভিত্তি কৰি কিমানখিনি ক্ৰেডিট ক্ৰিয়েট কৰিব পাৰিব. ক্ৰেডিট ক্ৰিয়েট কৰিব পৰাটো বুজি পাইছা তোমালোকে, কিমান বেলেগক ধাৰ দিব পাৰিব, লেন্ড কৰিব পাৰিব, সেইটোকে ক্ৰেডিট ক্ৰিয়েশ্যন বুলি কোৱা হয়. যিমানে ইয়া আগবাঢ়ি যায় সিমানে ক্ৰেডিট ক্ৰিয়েশ্যন বাঢ়ি যায়. So এইটো কোৱা হয় cash reserve ratio, আৰু এইটো এটা tool to control the monetary supply in the economy. So যেতিয়া বাঢ়ে cash reserve, যেতিয়া government may directs all the banks, the central bank may direct all the banks to increase their CRR, cash reserve ratio,